All right, folks. Thank you, everybody in all the countries that answered. I finally got cleaned up and I'm ready to go to bed. But I thought I'd do this last video. I need a codec check on this. This is going to be in the DVD. Just a short clip. It's very important. Um, I'd really like it if we could get this in. Just don't forget DVDs are free. Um, I just want to show the simplicity of salvation. You know, we'll talk about all this maybe tomorrow in a video, but let's just do a codec check on this. Okay, ready? Let's do it. Let's get some volume. Whatever country you're in, please let me know if you can see this. There's a good you and there's a bad you. There's a good you and there's a bad you. And Jesus is in the middle reconciling both to God through the cross, nailing your sins to that cross for you. The gift that he gave me is so you could believe and you could know the truth. Unless you're born again, you'll never see the kingdom of heaven. This is a great representation of the crucifixion, and the way I know it is I prayed one time when I was going to show this to my children for Easter during the Easter holiday. I don't really like to call it Easter. I like to call it Passover and the crucifixion and the resurrection. Um, and I prayed and I said, Lord, is this movie an accurate representation of what happened to you? And I heard the Lord tell me, go over and open up a dictionary that was on my desk. And I opened it up, and at the top of the page, it just stood out. It said photorealism. I'll never forget it. And that's when I showed it to my children. This is what he did for us. And sometimes I know everybody tries to get off the path a little bit. A lot of people do. We're all human, we're all subject to it. Just get back on the path. The wider the path gets, the further the distance from here to here, you know. So if you get it where it just splits, you can get back. Further it gets, the harder it is. So I'm imploring you to, come back to Christ. Come back home to God the Father. And that's the way you get there, right there. And this is the way you get there right here. Let me show you. This is what salvation looks like. He said, I have sinned and my punishment is just. Without even knowing what I had done in my living room before the Lord took me to the St. Anthony and the night I got saved, I stood in my living room and I prayed and I said those words. Well, pretty close. I said, Lord, I know I've done things I never thought I would do in my life, and there's no way to fix them. And I know I deserve to go to hell. And then I said, but even if I wanted to believe and ask you for forgiveness, I don't know which one, which Jesus you are, because everyone has their own version. I said, I just want to know the truth. And without realizing it, I was asking him to show me the real Jesus, because all these denominations have all these different rules. And if you don't go to their denomination, you don't know the real Jesus. The real Jesus turns the world upside down. That's how you see the kingdom of heaven. That's how you get saved. You say, I have sinned and my punishment is just. You would be just in condemning me because you're all angels that got kicked out. And the Lord let me prove that to you. So let me know if you can see this, because I'd like to have this in the DVD to show everybody this is how simple it is to get saved when you say it with your heart. There's a good you, and then there's a bad you. In the same host body, just like Cain and Abel, cannibal. And he's in the middle, in between the two, fixing the situation, reconciling both to God through the cross. His purpose was to create one new man from the two, thus making peace. All right, guys, God bless. Good night. I got to get to bed.